uncertainty as to how many species of organisms that we have been having in Kerala. Okay, and many times, we have been finding it very difficult whenever, I get into go for a presentation. I used to get myself verified, and many times, different people having different numbers. So I thought, we will combine a list of the vertebrates of Kerala. And last year, late last year, November 2015, a group of us, have compiled this list of vertebrates of Kerala, and altogether we got 1,847 species of vertebrates in Kerala under the 5 different classes like the fishes, amphibian, reptiles, birds, and mammals. The maximum, of course, being the fishes, and this fish it does include the marine fishes also. Okay, so including the marine fish, it comes to 955 species. 151 species of amphibian, 170 species of reptiles, 500 species of birds, and 118 species of mammals. That is the diversity of the vertebrates of our state. And people are also interested to know what is the level of endemism. Endemism means that it's a species that is confined only to a particular area and nowhere else in the world. So we also look at the level of endemism. We have found that 104 species of vertebrates are seen only in Kerala and nowhere else in the world. Okay, and out of the 1,800 species, 386 are endemic to the Western Ghats mountains. Okay, so the level of endemism of the vertebrates is quite high, both in Kerala as well as in the Western Ghats. And if you look at the level of endemism, the endemism is highest. The amphibians, followed by the freshwater fishes, and then the reptiles. Okay, so that is the levels of endemism.
So it is the animal mammal, only mammal endemic to Kerala.
It is a species of rat. Good question. It's a species of rat called as Rattus rengine. Okay, it is described very recently, not very recently, during the 70s, from 3 places. Primarily, it was originally collected by the scientists of the Zoological Survey of India from the Uttarakhand region. They also said that it is found in Trishul Fort as well as the Vellani paddy fields in Trivandrum. So these are 3 places from where that rat is found. It is called Rattus rengine. Rattus rengine. Rattus rengine. That's the only species of mammal that is endemic to Kerala. Okay. Alright, what I'm trying to do from now onward is, taking on a tour on the cross-section of the biological diversity that we have. Primarily in Kerala, but in some cases, I would also go to the Indian biodiversity as well. Well, you all know this, the tiger, a national animal. It's a species which has been given a lot of importance by the central government as well as state government for conservation of the tiger. And we also have programs called as the Project Tiger for the conservation of tiger. The significance of conservation of tiger is that tiger is a species, not only that it is a species that is sitting on the apex of the food pyramid, which all of us know. Apart from that, it is also a species which is very widely distributed in the country, and it occupies almost all the different representative habitats of the country. Okay. For example, if you take the mountains of the Himalayas, you got the tigers there. If you look at the mangrove forests of the Sundarbans, you got the tigers there. You look at the dry deciduous forest of the western and the central India, you get the tigers there. You take the Western Ghats mountains, you get the tigers there. So tiger is a species which has a very broad distribution and is also distributed in all the different representative habitats of the country. Okay, so through tiger conservation, what is actually expected, what is actually meant is the conservation of all the different representative habitats of the country. Okay, that's why that tiger conservation is being given a lot of importance. So that's about the tiger. Another important carnivore that we have in our country, which is also seen in our state, is the leopard. tiger, leopard is a species which spend considerable amount of time on the top of the trees. So it has an arboreal habit. Particularly when you take the prey onto the top of the trees, it is said that they do so as to avoid the competition from the tigers. Because the prey that is killed by the leopard could be stolen by the tigers. So as to avoid that, they and to by the other carnivores, they do this. Well, this is cheetah. We don't have cheetah in India. We have had them, but it went extinct during the late 40s and early 50s. We lost our last cheetah. Okay, so we don't have it anymore. It went extinct from our region. But I don't need to tell you about the distinction between the cheetah and leopard, unless you have a question. Both of them are spotted, so people could be confusing, but I'm sure that the biology vets will not be having any confusion between the cheetah and the leopard. Another important carnivore that we have is the lion, but lion is not a species of Kerala. Okay, lion is a species of the northwest India. Okay, it is seen only there. And yeah, right now it is seen only in the Gujarat, but if you look at the historical distribution of the lion, we have had lion in almost all of our Central Indian belt. We have had lion in all these. But it is multi-purpose. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. So what I was trying to say that lion is used to be seen in all of our central belt, but right now it is confined only there. Okay, in the Gir forest. Okay, we have lost all our lion from our remaining part of the country. Okay. Well, another major carnivore is the wild dog. Wild dog is also called the dog. We have them in most of forest areas, including the forest of Kerala. We have wild dog. Another one is the jackal. Okay, so that is the jackal. We have them in our campus here. Okay, you go to campus, you get jackals. Okay. And another one is a fox. Well, we don't have fox in Kerala. We had them. There are historical records of fox from part of the northern Kerala, but there are no recent records of fox in Kerala. Okay, so we either lost our fox or it was very passing seen in Kerala. But in the remaining part of the country, particularly in the Deccan Plateau, fox is quite common. And we get species of fox also. Well, there is another species of carnivore that we get in our region, that is a hyena. We got only one species of hyena in India, that is a striped hyena. There is only a single record of hyena from Kerala, that is from Kasaragod district. Otherwise, in other part of Kerala, we have not recorded any hyena. Well, one of the significance of hyena is that in the ecosystem, every organism has a role to perform. Okay, hyena, though appears to be a shabby looking, weak, lanky animal, it has a role to perform in the ecosystem. It's basically a scavenger. Okay, so it is the hyena that help the forest to maintain in tidy. Okay, the leftover by the other big carnivores like the tiger and the leopard, which usually don't feed on the alimentary canal, they don't feed on the hide, they don't feed on the bones, etc. Is being fed by the hyena. So if you look at the dropping of the hyena, you can see that it is predominated by the body structures. Based on that, you can identify the scat of the hyena too.
It is small animal.
Well, it's an animal about the size of a domestic dog. Yeah, or slightly bigger than a domestic dog. So that is Thailand. Then the slop bear, which is another carnivore that we have. Well, when you talk about bears, we got 4 species of bears in the country. Out of the 7 species of bears in the world, we got 4 of them, and this is the one that we get in South India, including Kerala. Okay. And the elephant. Okay. That's one animal that is very, all of us are very fond of, particularly the people from Trishuri, are very fond of, elephants. Until recently we had only 2 species of elephants, the Asian and the African elephant. But the recent taxonomical studies have shown that in Africa we got 2 elephants. Okay, so the African elephant has been split into 2 species. One is called the forest elephant and another is called the savanna elephant. Okay, so there are 2 species of African elephants. So including that, right now we got 3 species of elephants. Okay, so okay, I'll talk about that later when we talk about the taxonomic issues. Okay, so the point what I'm trying to say is that we got 3 species of elephant, including the 2 African species. Another major herbivore that we have in our forest is the boar. It is seen in most of the part of the country, including the forest of Kerala. The Great Indian one-horned rhinoceros, this is one of the 5 species of rhinos of the world. Altogether there are 5 species, 2 species in Africa and 3 species in Asia. Okay, and all the 3 species of Asiatic rhinoceros, we are aware mostly only about the Great Indian one-horned rhinoceros. But all the 3 species, apart from the Great Indian one-horned rhinoceros, we have had the lesser one-horned rhinoceros, which is also called as the Javan rhinoceros. The Javan rhino and the two-horned rhinoceros, which is also called as a Sumatran rhinoceros. Okay, so including these are 3 species of rhinoceros that we have in India. I said we had in India because we don't have Javan in India. So Javan, they were present mostly in the northeast Indian part. That is the zone where we had the Sumatran and Javan rhino, but we don't have the Javan rhino, but we still do have small population of Sumatrans here and there in the northeast India. Okay, so the point is that understand that we have 3 species of rhinos, or we had 3 species of rhinos in India. Right now we have 2 out of them. The Javanese right now confined only to the island of Java.
So do we have this one-horned rhino anywhere else other than northeast?
Okay, good point. If you look at the distribution of Great Indian one-horned rhinoceros, we have had them in all the food fields of Himalayas. Okay, right from Uttarakhand until the most of the northeastern states, we have had them. But right now, as you also may be aware, they're confined mostly to Assam. That means 2 protected areas in Assam. Yeah, the Kasirenga is a major place, where you get one-horned rhinoceros. But apart from Kasirenga, it is also seen in a couple of other protected areas adjacent to Kasirenga in Assam. Okay, there was an attempt to reintroduce the rhinos into a protected area in Uttarakhand called as Dudhwa. Okay. So 5 rhinos were taken from the Assam, from the Kasirenga, and they were kept in the Dudhwa, somewhere there, and it was not a successful reproduction. It was a failure. Okay, but having said that, in the Nepal, in some of the protected areas, there are stray reports of rhinos. But the main population is in the Kaziranga and Manas. Manas is another place where you get rhinoceros. But historically, we had them in all these places. Okay. Another major KBO that we have in our country is the Asiatic wild ass. The Asiatic wild ass, of course, we don't have them in Kerala. We have had them in the Northwest India as well as in the the cold desert in the Tibet. Okay, so it is primarily a species of a desert habitat, either the hot desert, the dry desert, the hot desert or the cold desert. These are two places where we have Asiatic, we still have Asiatic wild ass in these two places. And you will be aware that there is a major protected area in the Gujarat. It is called as the Asiatic Wild Ass Sanctuary. That is in the Gujarat. Okay, yeah, lot of steps, yes, yeah. Okay, so that's a wild ass. Well, coming to the herbivores again, belong to a different group, the deer group. One of the species of deer, we got 8 different species of deer in India, of which 3 of which are seen in the Western Ghats, including Kerala, and there is the largest in India, which is the sambar deer. Okay, and you are aware of the fact that the differences between the deer and the other bovines. In the case of cervix, what we have, what is called as the horn-like structure is called as the antlers, whereas in the case of bovines it is the horn, and antler is deciduous in nature. They will shed the antlers every year, etc. And only the male possess antlers in the case of cervix, whereas in the case of bovines, both the male and female carry horn, and antlers are branched structures, whereas horn is unbranched. So that's the sambar deer, one species of deer, and another one is the spotted deer, which also has a very wide distribution, including the forests of Kerala, where you get the spotted deer. And the third species of deer that we have is the barking deer, also called as a muntjac, barking deer. So these are the 3 species of deer that we have. And though we call mouse deer by the name deer, it's not a true deer. Okay, mouse deer that belong to a completely different family. When all the true deer belong to the family Cervidae, mouse deer belong to the family Tragelidae. Okay, so it belongs to a different family, and it also has different family characteristics, like they lack antlers, and they possess a projected upper canine is projected beyond the lip, which are some of the characteristic features of the mouse deer. Mouse deer is also more popularly, or more correctly, should be called as chevrotain. Chevrotain is a more correct name of mouse deer. Okay. Okay, so that's chevrotain. Well, continue the bovines. They are the antelope group, and this is the biggest antelope that we have in Asia. That is called the Nilgai, also called as the blue bull. And it is one species that exhibits sexual dimorphism. What you see in the front is a male, and what you see as brown are the females. Okay, so which is mostly seen in these areas in the dry tracts. Okay, northwestern India. Indian antelope, also called as a black buck, is another antelope that we have in India. One thing that you should understand is that among the antelope, we don't have any blue bull in India. In Kerala, we neither do have the black buck in Kerala. This is the third species of antelope seen primarily in northwestern India, that is called as the Indian gazelle or chingara, and chingara is also not seen in Kerala. Whereas this species, which is called as a four-horned antelope, which is also called as a chausinga, is a species that is, chausinga or the four-horned antelope, as they indicate, has 2 pairs of horns. Okay, so hence I fork on antelope. And there are records of chousing from Wayanad, from the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, so that's only antelope, not from Kerala. Other than that, no, we don't have any representative antelopes in Kerala. Well, you know this animal, the Nilgiri tar. Okay. Well, this is a typical habitat of the Nilgiri tar. It lives primarily on the precipitous, steep, precipitous, rocky patches. Now that's a habitat that is preferred by the Nilgiri tar. And it's a mechanism, a behavioral trait shown by this species to avoid the predator. Very seldom any of the predator can reach the Nilgiri tar on this precipitous cliff. And it can run with incredible agility and speed on this, precipitous cliff. So that's the Nilgiri tar. Well, again, still the herbivores, the artiodactyls. There's the wild boar, the wild pig, and this one with the piglets. Though there's a lot of negative image on the pigs, they also have an important what the Lord perform, and just like any babies, the piglets are incredibly beautiful animals. To the primates, we got three different groups of primates in the Western Ghats. In the whole of the country, we got four groups. One group is the macaque, then the second group is the langur, third group is the lories, and the fourth group is the gibbons. Okay, these are four groups of primates that we have in three different families. Okay, Pulok belong to one family, the macaques belong to another family, macaques and the langur belong to one family, and the lories belong to another family. Okay, I'm not getting to the details of that unless you have any specific question on that. On the primates, the commonest one that we have is the bonnet macaque. Okay. Well, bonnet macaque, though this is the commonest one, just understand that it's a species that is confined only to the South India. Okay. We don't have. It is actually rather endemic to South India. In the Northern India, this is replaced by what we call as the rhesus macaque. Okay, so in the Northern India, the corresponding species to bonnet macaque is the rhesus macaque. Okay, upon which we have extracted the same monkey. Okay, so that's a common monkey of the North India, whereas in South India, what we get is the bonnet macaque. Okay, and another species of macaque that we have in the Western Ghats, which is endemic to Western Ghats, is the lion-tailed macaque. Okay, which is seen only in the rainforest of the Western Ghats. Okay, third species. And